Many drummers find themselves stuck in the 130 to 150 BPM range, unable to push past that invisible barrier, no matter how much they practice. So in this video right here, we will discuss how you can break through that barrier within weeks, not years. Yes, being stuck below 150 BPM with your feet can be a frustrating experience, similar to the sticking point weightlifters encounter. This sticking point, or the tempo that feels too hard to get past, is like the toughest part of lifting weights, where it feels hardest to keep going. This is where the weight feels heaviest and your progress seems to stop. Similarly, when drumming, the 130 to 150 BPM zone acts as a sticking point, a tempo threshold that feels impossibly tough to master. It's as if your feet hit a ceiling and you can't push through. The problem actually often starts innocently enough. As we begin working on our double bass scale, we use a mix of muscle groups from our upper and our lower legs. This almost looks like we are running on our pedals. Then we slowly work our way up the BPM ladder from tempos like 80 BPM up to 90 BPM, 100 and so on. This method works until it doesn't. Suddenly you are stuck and the age-old advice, just keep trying, doesn't cut it anymore. In fact, many drummers are stuck below 150 BPM for years. It's the sad truth that many drummers give up on double bass drumming at some point because of this. They feel like they are not talented enough or not fit enough to play faster than 150 BPM with their feet. But here's the revelation. The solution isn't to push harder or to practice even more. The solution is to change your approach. The key lies in the muscle groups you are engaging. In simple terms, to break through that sticking point, we want to stop using the muscle groups in our upper leg altogether. Instead, we want to transition to just using our calves. This is the so-called ankle technique, and it can make all the difference. The starting tempo with the ankle technique for most drummers is between 160 to 190 beats per minute. With this technique, you are able to quickly surpass the previous limits. So for those of you that are stuck below 150, try this. First, from now on, split your double bass practice sessions in two parts. Spend 50% of your time working on your full leg motion at slow tempos and spend the rest focusing on the ankle technique. When you first start working on the ankle technique, try to develop a feel for just using your calves. You do this by placing your feet flat on the floor and raise your heels by contracting your calf muscle. Then relax and let your heels drop back down to the floor again. Always make sure that your upper leg stays relaxed all the time. Next, place your feet on your pedals, but practice without bass drum at first. Again, start to raise your heels quickly by just using your calf muscle. With this exercise, you want to make sure that you move your heels up and down quickly right from the get-go. Just repeat this one to get used to the beta swing and just using your calves. In the beginning, you don't have to care too much about playing tight to the click. Just focus on using your calves and getting a consistent beta swing. By the way, if you want to learn how I set up my bass drum pedals according to my own body weight, then you got the link to my free pedal settings tutorial in the description below. Up next, once you feel more confident, it's time to add your bass drum or bass drum pad again. I understand that change can be daunting, especially when it involves rethinking how you play. You might feel like you're starting all over again since you're not used to this technique yet. But I can tell you that this technique is the reason why most of our students in the double bass drumming program are able to increase their double bass speed to 180 to 200 BPM within weeks. It doesn't take years to get to 200 BPM with your feet. This right here is one way to play better, more efficiently and with greater ease. If you want to learn more about the two exercises I recommend to anyone who wants to learn the ankle technique, then click right here. Thanks so much for watching. I wish you a great day. Cheers from Vienna. Bye bye.